Young and the Restless spoilers reveal Sharon and Phyllis face a dangerous threat, a mysterious kidnapping that has shaken the Genoa city community. This case involves not just one but two prominent women in the city, Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman. Behind this kidnapping, suspicions are gradually revealed, especially when Billy Abbott begins to investigate and discovers suspicious details related to Sally Spectra. Billy and Sally's suspicion: who's behind the kidnapping? Billy Abbott, after discovering that Sally Spectra has a strange connection to a hidden man, begins to suspect that she is the one behind Phyllis's kidnapping. To clarify this suspicion, Billy decides to monitor Sally's every move, from secret meetings to ambiguous conversations. In particular, Sally has been actively contacting the strange man, which makes Billy even more suspicious of her having an illicit relationship. Since Billy began his investigation, he has noticed that there is something wrong with Sally. Although she has always appeared to be a powerful and charming woman, every trace she leaves points to a mysterious direction. Is she the one behind this kidnapping? Or is she just accidentally caught up in some dangerous game? However, the unanswered questions have everyone in the Genoa city community paying attention. Is Sally really involved in this case, or is she just a pawn in a more complicated game? Sharon and Phyllis, victims of a growing threat. While Billy continues his investigation, Phyllis and Sharon fall into an extremely dangerous situation. The two are kidnapped and wake up as hostages, not knowing who is behind it, but it is clear that there is an extremely dangerous threat lurking. These two women, despite their differences in the past, now have no choice but to work together to fight the kidnapper. Sharon, with her smart and calm problem-solving ability, combined with Phyllis's strength and determination, form a powerful pair in the fight against the enemy. Despite their personal grudges, at this time, survival is the top priority. They need to put aside all differences to find a way to escape this dangerous situation. This tense situation not only puts Sharon and Phyllis to personal challenges, but also makes them face their fears about who is behind this kidnapping. They begin to suspect that the kidnapper not only wants to harm them but also has a bigger plot behind it. Kidnappers and the complex connections. While there is no confirmation of the kidnapper at this time, all signs point to this being no simple affair. The kidnapper, who has acted deliberately and professionally, clearly has an agenda. Sharon and Phyllis must face big questions about the kidnapper's motives and whether there are people close to them in their lives. As Billy continues his investigation into Sally, he begins to uncover some puzzling connections. It seems that the kidnapper and those involved are not just out to harm one of the two women, but are working on a more complex plan, with other goals that are not yet clear. The tense confrontation. Phyllis and Sharon prepare to face off. Although things are getting murky and tense, Phyllis and Sharon are determined to fight. They know that if they don't work together, they won't be able to get out of this dangerous situation. The unity and resilience of both women will be the key to overcoming this challenge. The confrontation with the kidnapper continues, and although it is not known when they will be freed, Phyllis and Sharon will never give up. Unrevealed secrets and complicated relationships between the characters will continue to add tension to every situation. With Billy continuing to investigate and suspecting Sally's involvement, will the truth about the kidnapping be revealed soon? And will Phyllis and Sharon be able to escape the cruel hands of the kidnapper, or will they face greater dangers ahead? Conclusion. Although the story is gradually revealing important details, everything is still full of mystery and complexity. Billy, Sally, Sharon, and Phyllis are caught in a dangerous game that none of them can easily escape. Character connections, suspicions, and confrontations are opening a new chapter of tension on the young and the restless. Stay tuned to see who will emerge victorious in this battle. In the mysterious and conflict-filled world of the young and the restless, not only are there big, dramatic events happening, but there are also complicated relationships, especially between the main characters in the Newman family and those around them. Recently, a major plot twist involving the disappearance of Phyllis and Sharon has shaken things up. Behind it are worries, warnings, and difficult decisions about love and family. One of the most notable stories right now is Victor Newman's intervention in his son Nick's relationship with Sharon. Especially when Victor notices Nick's worries, he doesn't hesitate to give strong advice. At the same time, Billy Abbott, who has always wanted more information about Phyllis's disappearance, begins to be left out when Daniel Romalotti Jr. and Nick decide to hide information about Sharon's involvement. All of these events are gradually dragging everyone into a tense mess. Victor warns Nick, is his affection for Sharon too normal? Victor Newman, always the first to maintain power and control, never easily ignores any move of his loved ones in the family, especially his son Nick. When he sees Nick showing signs of excessive concern for Sharon and trying to play the hero, Victor does not hesitate to give a strong warning. Victor, with extensive experience in maintaining relationships and families, has a very clear view on the love affairs of his children and grandchildren. He believes that, no matter how deep Nick's feelings for Sharon are, if not careful, this relationship can lead to unnecessary trouble. Even if Nick thinks he is doing the right thing, Victor believes that his intervention in this matter is necessary. Nick, Victor said, his eyes sharp, you are too immersed in your emotions and kindness. Don't let your emotions lead you down the wrong path. Sharon is not the person you need to reunite with. This warning reflects not only Victor's concern about Nick and Sharon's relationship, but also his view of family love. Victor knows the consequences that could come from reuniting with Sharon, especially since their relationship has had so many ups and downs in the past. Billy and his concern for Phyllis, the hidden secret Billy Abbott, who has always been unable to bear silence, as well as lack of information, now feels even more frustrated by not knowing anything about Phyllis's disappearance. While Victor and Nick are worried about their relationship, Billy is devoting all his attention to investigating Phyllis's disappearance. He has tried to contact Nick and Daniel Romalotti Jr. for more information, but all he gets is silence and vague answers. Daniel and Nick are both worried that if Billy gets more information, he will make things more complicated. Billy, with his personality of revealing secrets, might cause unwanted incidents if he knows too much about the case. So, to protect everything, Nick and Daniel decide to keep the information about what is really happening under wraps. However, this makes Billy even more frustrated. He feels that he cannot bear not knowing anything about the real situation. That makes Billy constantly search and pressure those around him, especially Daniel and Nick, to reveal the truth. Sharon disappears, is it related to Phyllis? While Billy continues his investigation into Phyllis, an important detail is overlooked. Sharon is also missing, and this may be closely related to Phyllis's disappearance. While this information has not been officially confirmed, all signs point to Sharon being part of this complicated story. Was Sharon kidnapped like Phyllis, or is she caught up in a larger conspiracy that Billy has yet to unravel? This makes things even more complicated, as Sharon and Phyllis have a deep, but also tense, connection in the past. If Sharon is involved in Phyllis's disappearance, any suspicions about their relationship will become more complicated. Billy, knowing this truth, will not be able to ignore the search for more information about what might be happening. No matter how hard those around him try to hide it, Billy will certainly not stop investigating until everything is clear. Will Nick continue to struggling with his relationship with Sharon? With Victor's warning and the turmoil in his family relationship, will Nick decide to abandon Sharon to protect his family and career, or will he continue to pursue this risky relationship? Although he has made efforts to correct past mistakes, are his feelings strong enough to overcome the warnings of his powerful father like Victor? Things get more tense as Nick continues to be pressured by his family and work. Will he listen to Victor's advice or continue pursuing Sharon, whom he still has deep feelings for? Nick's decisions will greatly affect his future as well as the relationships around him. Conclusion: a tangled mess of love and secrets. While the story of Phyllis and Sharon's disappearance is still being investigated, the complicated relationships between characters such as Victor, Nick, Billy, and Sharon have created a tense picture. Victor's warnings, Nick and Daniel's silence, as well as Billy's shady moves all contribute to a mysterious investigation. The relationship between Nick and Sharon is still a big question mark. Regardless of Victor's intervention or Billy's skepticism, the final decision is still in Nick's hands. Will he choose family or continue to pursue his love for Sharon, and can their relationship withstand the growing challenges? It's a dramatic moment for the young and the restless fans, as everything seems to be coming to light. The disappearance of Phyllis and Sharon is at the heart of the story, and now everyone is waiting for important answers about their situation. But will the truth about the kidnapper and their motives be revealed? Can Phyllis and Sharon escape their captors and free themselves, or will a risky rescue plan be uncovered by Nick and Chance? Meanwhile, Summer is dealing with growing concerns about her mother and is relying more on Kyle Abbott. However, Claire Newman's jealousy is posing a major threat to Kyle and Summer's relationship. The situation is getting more and more tense, and it will be interesting to see what Claire will do as her patience is tested. Phyllis and Sharon, will the escape work? The biggest question on fans' minds these days is whether Phyllis and Sharon will be able to escape the dangerous situation they are facing. While the kidnapper is still unknown, one thing is for sure: both of them are trapped in a situation they cannot control. However, Phyllis and Sharon are not the ones to be easily defeated. They are both strong and determined women, and despite their differences in the past, they are now forced to work together to deal with the threat they are facing. This week, viewers will witness important developments in Phyllis and Sharon's struggle. The two women may decide to make a daring escape, sneaking around the kidnapper's surveillance. However, things are not as easy as they seem. In addition, a rescue plot may be forming as Nick and Chance begin to uncover important clues. Will they find out in time, and can Phyllis and Sharon be saved before it is too late? This situation will not only be a race against time but also a test of Phyllis and Sharon's perseverance and intelligence. Every step they take will have to be carefully calculated, and the cooperation between the two will determine their fate during this period. However, with no clear understanding of who the kidnapper is and what the motive behind this action is, every step they take is fraught with risk. Summer and Kyle, a relationship under threat while Phyllis and Sharon face the struggle for survival. Summer's life becomes tense as she feels she cannot face her mother's worries alone. Summer has always had a very close relationship with Phyllis, and her mother's disappearance has left her feeling unsettled. She turns to Kyle Abbott for comfort and support, and Kyle seems to be Summer's only support during this time. However, this is not easy, especially when Kyle's girlfriend, Claire Newman, begins to feel anxious and jealous of Kyle's closeness to Summer. Claire's jealousy will become a big problem when she cannot stand Kyle sharing his feelings with Summer. Claire, who is always trying to control everything around her, will not let this go without a response. It seems that not only is she facing her fears about her relationship with Kyle, but she is also caught in an emotional tug-of-war with Summer. This will lead to tension between the characters, and make Kyle and Summer's relationship more complicated than ever. Although Claire may try to keep her emotions in check, her growing jealousy will be impossible to hide. She will not be able to keep quiet forever, and gradually, Claire's anger may come to the surface. Will Kyle be able to calm this situation and maintain harmony in his relationship with Summer without hurting Claire? Or will Claire be unable to bear it any longer and create a bigger conflict? While Summer and Kyle deal with the conflict in their relationship, Nick and Chance continue to investigate the disappearance of Phyllis and Sharon. Although they have gathered some important clues, they have not yet been able to find out who is behind the kidnapping. This makes them work harder to understand the motive and who might be involved. Nick, with his determination, will continue to search for new information to save Phyllis and Sharon. He will also have to face difficulties in his family and personal relationships, especially when Victor, his father, continues to interfere in his life. Nick will have to find a balance between family, work, and his concern for Phyllis and Sharon. With the help of Chance, an experienced detective, Nick hopes to find important clues that will help them find the kidnappers. Will they be able to uncover the truth in time and save Phyllis and Sharon from danger, or will more surprises and dangers threaten them? The week of March 3rd to 7th, The Young and the Restless will continue to bring fans tense and dramatic episodes. Phyllis and Sharon's struggle to escape their kidnapper, the tension in Summer and Kyle's relationship, and the clues that Nick and Chance find will make things unpredictable. Will Phyllis and Sharon be able to escape successfully? Will Summer and Claire be able to overcome their jealousy and maintain a harmonious relationship? These questions will continue to be answered in the upcoming episodes, and fans will not be able to take their eyes off the unexpected developments taking place in Genoa City. The tense missing case, Phyllis and Sharon's escape, mysterious conspiracy, and a tested relationship. The disappearance of Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman is becoming one of the hottest storylines on The Young and the Restless. Not only because of the mysterious disappearance of these two women, but also because of the clues related to the kidnapper and the real motive behind this action. Viewers are sitting on the edge of suspense, expecting every detail about the kidnapper's true purpose, the next developments in the investigation, and the increasingly tense relationships of the characters involved. Billy Abbott, with his nature of finding out the truth and uncovering secrets, is conducting his investigation to find Phyllis's kidnapper. However, throughout this journey, Billy will have to face suspicions about Sally Spector's involvement and possibly new complications that he could not have expected. Meanwhile, Summer, who is extremely worried about her mother, turns to Kyle Abbott for comfort. However, Claire Newman's jealousy of Kyle and Summer's relationship could create a larger conflict, increasing the tension not only in their relationship but also affecting everyone involved. The purpose and conspiracy behind with Phyllis and Sharon missing under mysterious circumstances. The big question everyone wants to find out is, what is the kidnapper's true purpose? Why did they kidnap these people, and is this incident connected to a larger conspiracy? Over the past few days, small signs have emerged that the kidnapping was not a random act. There may be a conspiracy behind it all, a premeditated plan. Questions about the kidnapper's motives not only raise suspicions about motives, but also force the characters, especially Nick and Billy, to dig deeper into the investigation. Is the kidnapper involved in a larger organization, or are they just individuals with their own agendas? This answer will not only help solve the case, but it could also change the dynamics of the relationship surrounding Phyllis and Sharon, as well as affect those who are trying to rescue them. In this tense situation, Phyllis and Sharon may attempt an escape together, and if they fail to escape, a rescue plot may be formed from the clues that Nick and Chance find. With the cooperation of Chance, who is able to detect traces that ordinary people cannot recognize, hopefully they will be able to come up with a reasonable strategy to save Phyllis and Sharon. Billy Abbott, always curious and never one to leave things unsolved, begins his own investigation into Phyllis's disappearance. Despite Nick and Daniel Romalotti's attempts to dissuade him from the case, Billy refuses to give up. Instead, he uncovers a number of suspicious clues, especially concerning Sally Spector. Sally's secret meetings with a masked man further fuel Billy's suspicions that she may be involved in Phyllis's kidnapping. Could Sally, with her complex relationships, be part of the conspiracy, or is she just part of a larger story? With his keen investigative skills, Billy relentlessly pursues every lead, no matter how small. If he discovers that Sally is involved in the case, Billy will face a difficult choice. Can he continue to trust Sally, or will their relationship be torn apart by the truth behind the kidnapping? Summer and Kyle, a relationship under the threat of jealousy while everyone is focused on the investigation into Phyllis and Sharon's disappearance. Summer continues to feel anxious and uncertain about her mother's situation. Her relationship with Kyle Abbott becomes more important than ever, as Summer looks to him for support in her times of confusion and fear. However, the relationship is not entirely easy, especially when Kyle's girlfriend, Claire Newman, begins to feel jealous. Claire, who always tries to maintain control in her relationships, will not be able to stand Kyle being so close to Summer in this situation. Her jealousy may explode and cause a serious conflict between the three. This will not only strain the relationship between Kyle and Summer, but also create a major rift between them. Viewers will be eager to see how long Claire can keep her emotions in check, and whether she can cope with the fact that Kyle is spending time and attention on Summer when she needs it most. Jealousy could blow up their relationship, but it could also be a test of Kyle's trust and patience with Claire. New clues and the investigation continues. Nick and Chance find the truth. Nick and Chance, who are leading the investigation into Phyllis and Sharon's disappearance, have begun to uncover some important clues. The deeper they dig into the case, the more they find strange and inexplicable things. However, while they have gathered some important information, there are still many unanswered questions. Will they be able to find out who is behind the kidnapping in time, and will the clues they find help Phyllis and Sharon escape before it's too late? Oh.